It's gotta suck if you're like a hot Jewish girl in the Holocaust, because you're just like, I'm too pretty to die this way. You're like, where's my pretty privilege?
A chick who doesn't think she's crazy is crazy.
That's the scariest.
Yeah.
I've never in my life heard a sad Spanish song being blasted out of a Honda.
No.
All the songs sound the same.
Yeah.
It's always like, no one wants to watch a girl take 100 dicks.
No.
Just like watching like the Lincoln Tunnel or Rush Hour. You're just like, this is boring.
I would watch it like maybe like jump through it to just see like I would.
Who could jerk off to this?
No,
first of all,
that's the thing. I wouldn't watch it for jerk off purposes. I would love to see like highlights of like this was the craziest thing. Like you're not gonna watch the full basketball game, but you see like these are the wildest moments. But it's the hype around it, and then the hype moves units. It's all about just making money.
No, I get yeah. It's just an interesting concept.
Yeah,
like 100 dudes in one day.
It's like editing a podcast. You got to put, times 2, times 3.
Yeah. You got to move through it quick. Yeah. Like I don't know what the stand-up version of that would be, but it would be like
9 spots in one day and filming it.
There was a comic, Aaron Berg did this documentary.
I just saw Aaron the other day.
Okay, Aaron rules. Aaron, really nice
Aaron
dude.
did it. The guy before him was Steve Byrne. You know Steve Byrne?
No.
Steve Byrne's an Asian comedian. He grew up in the Bobby Kelly.
Oh, yeah, I do know Steve Byrne. Yeah.
Steve Byrne once did a special. I think he did the most. I think he did like 13 spots in one night in New York when it was like around the Cellar. There was like Boston Comedy Club and all those other clubs where they could actually, he called every club. They fine-tuned the schedule. Everyone worked with him. And then they filmed this documentary like 20 years ago.
Yeah, and then I think when Berg did it, he did like 25 or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did like it's on Amazon. It's like 25 cents.
Oh, I gotta check it out. 25 cents.
Yeah,
that's it.
And
fucking Aaron.
Yeah, dude, 25 and just one night, just.
Aaron Berg's hilarious.
Yeah, very funny dude. Very funny dude.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We might have to hang a jersey in the rafters.
You might have to replace me.
Yeah,
I love that, dude.
At this point. Our good friend Che is here.
How's it going, guys?
Great. We're on your turf. I moved back to New York.
Yes.
You're here. Val's now the outsider in LA.
I'm the fire. I'm the fire department.
Yeah, you're in the other liberal shithole.
Jesus Christ,
guys!
Trump isn't president now. We can talk like
we
that.
We can say whatever we want. You know what's crazy is the Trump thing is. Did you watch the inauguration?
I saw just highlights. I just saw the clips. Yeah,
I had it on in the background. Fucking hella boring. Way too much religious shit too.
Yeah, well, it's a Republican inauguration.
A whole lot of like praying and stuff. But you know the 200. He did like a shit ton of executive orders like his first day.
Oh yeah, what did he do? I don't know.
So I have a list.
Yeah,
and I'm watching it and I'm reading it, and the craziest part about this list is. It's not that crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy if you talk to someone with like blue hair and piercings.
Yeah.
But it's not Hitler.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like
he's
not pushing Jews into the oven kind of situation.
Yeah.
There's a decent amount of logic in some of the things he's saying.
Well, in his first term, everyone was like, "It's the end of the world," and we did it, and it like I don't know.
I mean, he didn't put people in prison camps.
It's like
people are saying that he's gonna put us in prison camps, set us back. I mean, dude, maybe in some progressive ways, possibly for certain people.
Some of us need to be in cages. I'm just saying. There's if that's the thing is we all think we're like, oh, he's a piece of shit. But if given that kind of power, do you know how many people I would I would be way worse than Donald because I hate so many. Like if I was just driving around and someone gave me the wrong look, I'd be like, Cage. I would be such a fucking dictator.
You remember you stole my parking spot 8 years ago? Cage.
Yeah.
Cage.
Donnie's
dude.
kind of like restrained if you look at it.
Yeah.
Unchecked power, and all he's doing is getting rid of trans out of the military.
I have a kid that used to make me pay $5 to come over his house when we were younger. Cage,
yeah,
that's Cage,
dude. He would actually do that?
Yeah, I just came from Ukraine, and I wanted to get down with this crew of guys and friends. And he basically was just like every time I'll call him, he'd be like, "Oh, there's too many people in my house, but if you want, you could throw me 10 and you could come through."
Really?
Can you imagine?
Dude, that's
$10.
I was like 14, 13 years old.
And you're like, yeah,
and I was just like, I couldn't believe it, and I'd have no money at that time because my mom had no money.
You had a cover
to give
charge for your friendship?
And he would just be like, yo, here's like, you want, and I will never forget that.
Dude,
that shit fucking killed me.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking
crushed me. I was like, what the fuck?
Shitty behavior.
And that's Cage.
Yeah, Cage.
Was there like a 2-drink minimum? He's like, hey, it's $10 and a 2-drink minimum.
That's Cage. He tried to doorman his crib.
Yeah,
dude, I might actually start doing that to friends. Be like, come over, but it's $10 to get in.
I'm surprised you used to not do that at the peak of like
all my parties.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, I was almost gonna start selling spots at my table because guys would buy like a $3,000 table to be like 10, feet away from me.
Yeah.
And I get free booze. I should have just been like,
Bottle.
Venmo me a G, and now you can stand here.
Yeah, you can be.
I
could
could
have
have
been
been
next to the king. Yeah.
You're not. You're too scared for shit like that.
No, I just don't like. I'm too scared for that shit.
Can you hit us with one?
So
couple of these?
some of these executive orders they're not even that. These are kind of boring. I was hoping he'd be much wilder.
You were hoping for some crazy shit.
I was hoping for some crazy shit, but
Yeah.
these are like, this is what a website picked as the top 26.
Yeah. Top 26 craziest?
It just a list. Here's
Give me one. Anyone.
Okay. This is an easy one. Restoring freedom of speech and ending federal censorship.
Yeah.
Great.
That's something that's I think people have been wanting for a long time, because it's just I feel like social just in general is going to be like more free flowing, more kind of where it was when it originally started.
Yes.
Like you guys remember TikTok during COVID? It ripped, dude. TikTok during COVID was so good because it felt really raw. Like people were just talking into their phones and just setting shit up and like filming wild shit. And there was like a community behind it. Like remember those videos where it was like a duet would go into a duet, go into a duet,
and
go,
stitches and
and it would go I feel like it kind of lost that. It feels very like manufactured and manicured.
Everything gets
now.
bastardized.
yeah, because it
pretty
becomes
fast.
corporate, bro.
Yeah,
Well, that's what they're like, yo, we're leaving Twitter for Blue Sky. I'm like, all you're doing is just moving the same trash to the new app.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I don't think we'll ever have any new apps anymore, because that divide, the politics, the content is all just going to move. No one's going to create a new app where we share our food and day like Instagram was.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's
I also-
never going to. Everyone looks at every new app as revenue. It's
Yeah.
no longer lifestyle. It's
Yes.
just strictly revenue.
I also want to say a great example. We're speaking about tech and it being stiff and
Yeah.
it not allowing shit.
Yeah.
I just want to say, guys, if you have a kid and he's very, very smart, put him into a combat sport.
Yeah.
Look, Zuckerberg started doing jiu-jitsu. Now all of a sudden, all the shit, we
Yeah.
can do anything we want. The tampons can fly out of the bathrooms. Everything is fire. Now Meta is about to start paying people. It's getting great.
Honestly, I think the thing if you're in the States at least, the sport you put your kid in is wrestling. It's just put him right in wrestling.
Yes.
It's a
The
one-on-one
gayest
sport.
straight sport.
gayest
the gayest
straight-
sport that'll make your kids straight.
It's you're gonna learn. It's cardio, strength. It's self-defense, no brain damage. It's you can take it into university. Wrestling is like if I have a kid, going wrestling right away.
Yeah,
away.
right.
Flexibility, all this shit. It's like such a good base for a human being.
Zuckerberg became
Straight, like you said.
Zuck is not a cuck. You know?
Zuck is not a cuck. They've really, I don't know. They
You
got
think
him on
he's-
TRT or something.
Do you think
he's like looking at tits
cheating?
and shit?
You think he's cheating because his wife is hideous?
I don't know, because he's so autistic that I don't know if that's like something that is the capacity for him. Like I don't
Are you
know.
kidding me? He created his original version of Facebook was Hot or Not.
Oh, true.
But he's a stud for he
looks
might,
good.
I don't know what he is, but
rebrand.
he's crushing it.
Yeah.
Wearing chains, watches,
Yeah.
still dresses dope. Like
Yeah.
it's simple.
No,
Amazing.
he's really branding as like I'm a cool guy now.
He's fire.
He's like I'm kind of cool. I'm kind of fun. You know, I look at tits. I do
I
jujitsu.
made Dana White on my board.
I used to think he's
Yeah.
a freak.
Yeah.
I swear. I used to be
no,
like,
when
yo,
he
this
did
guy's
the,
a freak.
when he had the congressional hearing and he just sat there with his lobotomy haircut, like
Exactly.
and now he's
And now I'm
just
like,
walking
yo, I want
around.
to hang out with this.
He looks
Yeah.
like Jack Harlow.
There was like sound effects of him. He does look like Jack Harlow. Holy shit.
He's starting to look like
dude.
Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
He literally went
He's
from
gonna
like
come
an
out with a
alien-
mixtape.
No, I swear
Yeah.
to God, but yeah, that wife's got to go of his.
She's
I know
gotta go.
right, even Bezos ditched his wife. Like this girl, I don't know, unless she coded Facebook or she might be the brains of the operation.
Who knows? Maybe
Because
she's
that
got
Asian
like
woman-
maybe the pussy game's crazy, and he might have like very specific strange kinks that she like fucking.
Yeah,
is
but
able
someone
to,
hotter will do it. Pussy
Maybe.
game could be crazy, but it's
Maybe.
attached like.
But Zuckerberg always had the dog in him. You know why? Because he stole the idea.
Yeah.
So he
yeah,
got the
yeah.
dog in you. He
He
really
sees
had
it.
the dog in him. Like
Yeah.
he was like,
Man,
he
he's
stole,
married to one too now. Fucking dog. That bitch is ugly. Pull her up. She's disgusting. If you're a CEO, you can't.
He's gonna fuck
He's
our shit,
embarrassed
whole shit up. You gotta buy because he watches this
Nah,
stuff.
you can't be that rich. It's like when you see who's got an ugly wife in Hollywood, where you just see it and you're like, damn, I respect that. But what are you doing? You gotta respect that. Like Jason Statham's wife, I think is disgusting.
No,
Or no,
Rosie's fire.
Oh,
She's
I don't know.
fire.
No,
She's
someone's got a
fire.
gross wife.
Someone's got a gross wife.
Yeah.
But yo, Zuck got. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna look out for Zuck. I think he was looking at like how the person was dressed, not the cleavage.
Yeah.
The
all right,
person,
you
that
think so?
person's a
You
fucking
think-
gold digging hoe. sitting
She's
next to
bugging for
Bezos.
showing up like that.
That's crazy.
She thought there
Come-
was Kiki's on the river in
Dude,
fucking Miami.
come
Yeah,
on,
but
with
your
an
husband,
operation.
your man's Jeff Bezos. You literally should do whatever you want.
She does have the do whatever you want like status, and she is like hot girl vibes all the time. but it is crazy to come to the inauguration in a bra. That's
John Fetterman
nuts.
from Pennsylvania showed up in shorts and a hoodie.
Did he?
Yeah,
that's crazy
that
too.
shit?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's dude.
That's
Even the Nelk boys dressed up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
The Paul brothers are wearing suits. Like if the Paul brothers are wearing suits, you're wearing a bra under a blazer. That's pretty fucking.
No, you're
That's
bugging
sick.
out.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
wigging out. You're
Oh,
tripping.
Yeah, you want attention.
Sure, no, but she really thought she's in Miami.
Yeah.
She just went to some.
Yeah, but that's like how long? They haven't been together that long. 2-3 years. That's
Something
still
like
like
that,
honeymoon phase. You're dating the richest man on the planet.
Yeah.
One of the richest men.
he
on
was
the
dressed like
planet.
a hitman.
Yeah.
With the
And-
red
yeah,
tie.
the whole thing. All right, there's
right.
more on this. It's really so stupid. Restoring the death penalty and protecting public safety. I'm pro death penalty.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there was still death penalty. Like, is he just saying like across every state, or I thought they
I
still
think
had
federal government got rid of it, but some
it's
states,
still state by state.
Yeah.
Some states still have it. I thought I didn't even know that wasn't a thing. I thought people were that was still a thing.
We need death penalty to instill fear.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that there's some crimes that you're like, yo, you're done.
You get the
time
death
to leave.
penalty. Oh,
Time to
there's
leave the
definitely-
party.
There's definitely crimes that are death penalty. You fucking do anything to a kid, adios, dude.
It costs so much money to
Yeah,
keep you in
You're
jail.
done.
Adios, dude.
Adios, dude. It's like, I'm sorry. That's the judge. You get the adios treatment.
Yeah.
It's Cage.
I think the death penalty should actually be used for minor crimes.
Yeah.
Because then it would clean up, like, because at the end of
That's
the day,
true,
like,
too.
murder's not that big in this country.
Yeah.
Pedophilia is not that big, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know any pedophiles, I think, but you know what I mean? But if you do something like rob someone's house and you start executing a few of these people,
Yeah.
guess what? Like, everyday society will get better.
Oh,
The death
okay.
penalty should be like, yo, you did something minor, but we're gonna overreact so much
That we don't get
it's
any
like
more minor
in
crimes.
where is it, Thailand or Bangkok, wherever, like if you throw gum on the sidewalk,
Yeah,
they,
like
they
lashes.
like chop your
Singapore.
arm off.
Yeah,
Singapore. They'll like
Singapore,
cut your tongue
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Singapore, it's like the gum. They're really, and then drugs. I know they're like, you get caught with drugs over there. It's
Corrupts
game
the whole
over.
shit.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
becomes silly.
I know the
goosey.
government will flip it on us though somehow. They'll be like, you missed a rent payment, we're killing you.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, exactly.
So that's a good thing. I don't really see. There's the list.
Give him a couple others.
But this list is super inflated. Like, and some of these quotes. Unleashing American energy is one of the
What does that mean? Unleashing American energy. We're gonna have
using our own oil.
drill, baby, drill.
oh, drill, baby, drill.
The problem is most Americans are lazy, and we don't want to do. The problem is we've had too many times, too much long of a time where immigrants were doing these bad jobs. Like we're not going back to it. It's like asking a hot girl to go from riding the bus to driving a car to going back to the bus.
Well, you got to
not
incentivize
gonna
it.
drive a bus.
It
Yeah,
needs to be like you got to be making mad cash. To
but
do
how?
that shit.
How much? Your iPhone's going to cost $80,000.
I don't know.
If
I don't know.
Val had to make the iPhone
Yeah.
in Ohio at a 9-to-5 job,
Mm-hmm.
getting paid above minimum wage with benefits, our iPhone we wouldn't have.
Oh,
one.
no, I didn't mean that. I meant specifically the energy. Like if you're working
How
on
much
oil
would
rig-
gas would be?
Well, the reason why, homie, but
I
that's
don't
why
know.
we're.
I don't
but
know.
that's
That's
why
what
I'm saying.
But
It's
yo,
like,
we're
we're
getting
not built
gas
for
over. We're importing gas. That's why it would be cheaper if it's done here.
No, it's
For
not
us.
because we're importing it from people who are literally dying in the fields.
True.
Like you can't have Susie
I don't know,
go to
bro.
college and then come out and
We'll see.
start pumping.
I mean, I don't
Oil.
know. I'm too politically unaware
stupid.
to
Same,
know
too.
how
I
this
just know
plays
that
out.
we
Right.
need slave labor. That's the only way any of this stuff makes financial sense is through oppression.
Maybe we're doing it with the bots. Maybe he's got like an AI bot thing. He's big on the crypto. The crypto
love
is
it.
like, dude,
I love
if you buy crypto, buy
I love
crypto.
it. I love
That's
crypto. I
You're a big crypto guy?
Yeah. I cracked a little bit of bread on the Trump coin.
Did you? Yeah, did you?
Before he even became president, he already threw me a little layup. I
Yeah,
said,
so
"Thank
you're
you, my
like,
baby."
hey,
I said,
hey.
homie, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm
This
over
is
here.
quite a different conversation from when you called me and we're like, bro, I literally am about to kill myself.
Yeah, because of what I
Worst
missed.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'm
I
saying.
still made money. I
Yeah,
still gotta be
but,
happy.
okay, your attitude was way more negative. Now you're all fucking loosey goosey. I love crypto, but the last 3 days you've been fucking sweating it.
Yeah, but I'm saying I missed. I basically was up like almost 140,000.
Yeah.
On the Trump coin.
Okay, yeah.
Then it dropped because of what they did with like releasing his wife's coin.
Okay, yeah.
I got scared, pulled out. I was up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I jumped in at the wrong time. So my profits from what I could have pulled out initially before they released the coin would have
Yeah.
been higher. But I still made money. So I
Yeah.
still got to calm down. I'm being
Yeah.
greedy, obviously. So I'm fucking being.
In your crypto career, have you made a profit?
Right now, yeah. Finally.
Finally,
Literally
yeah.
yesterday said you didn't.
No,
Today
I'm
you
saying,
did?
I'm saying, like I cleared. I'm even, Steven, and then I made a little sum on top.
So in your entire career, you just recently.
I just made my even money, and
Okay.
then I made a little bit on top.
How long has the crypto career been going? 5 years?
Yeah, but I never really took it serious until this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I was always
stop making excuses. 5 years.
No, it's not true. I kept, you know how people like invest in
Apple.
stocks and then they start listening and they're like, oh, so what is it? And they ask people in the street and they start dumping money.
Yeah.
I was doing that instead of actually learning.
I'm a buy and hold guy. That's my shit. Buy and hold. Like I had to sell my crypto because when I was moving to the States, I was broke, and then so I had to I need to get the cash. But now I'm like buy like I don't know, chuck a bunch of money in crypto and then just fucking.
But the blue chips,
I'm all in on
guys.
Apple.
Yeah,
I'm all in on Apple.
Buy some Bitcoin, Apple. I'm gonna tell my finance guy to start doing the Nancy Pelosi stocks. That's what I want him to start doing.
Follow that.
Yeah, I want it. I'm gonna be like, okay, we're gonna do like what I give you.
It's called Copilot.
Copilot, yeah. And I'm like, just do what we're regularly doing, and then take like 30% and just do Nancy Pelosi. Just follow Nancy Pelosi.
It just sucks because Nancy Pelosi, those guys have to wait. They wait 90 days to release their trade, so you'll never know it exactly. It's kind of like it's still a lot of guesswork, but people have made a lot of money following them.
Yeah,
but they don't have to release their actual trades for I think like 3 months. So by then they've already done all the dirty work, right? If you can fucking follow her exactly,
oh
my God,
we'll all be rich.
But you know what she started doing? She's slick because she's constantly in the news. So now out of the 10 trades that they win, now they lose like 3.
Just
to balance.
She's got to be
like,
well,
it's not me. I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah, you don't know.
I would do the same thing in her position.
Yeah.
If it's legal and it's like, and I know insider trading secrets, why would you not?
Well, that's why they just need to fix it. They just need to fix it because it's like I think we're getting to the like the CEO getting fucking blasted on the street. We're getting to the boiling point where people are going to start. They got a taste for it.
Politics should never have been this enticing to people.
No.
Right? Politics should have been like, yo, you're a public servant and you're going to be broke and you better have another job.
Yeah.
The minute these people started making millions is when you're just like, yeah, this is no longer about governing this country.
No.
It has nothing to do with the country. It's all about making money.
Yeah.
Which is, you got to play the game. I would do the same thing. I would totally do the same thing.
Yeah. I get it.
I might run for office, honestly, thinking about it.
This guy you got solutions. What else we got?
The list is kind of whack. I've been trying to find.
There was a couple yesterday.
But they're not even controversial. Securing our borders, you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
That's what he's always said he's going to do. That's not surprising.
I have a doorman in my building. Yeah. Like I'm all about securing borders.
That's a good point.
Designating cartels and other organizations as foreign terrorist organizations and specially designated global terrorists. You're like, yeah, that makes.
Yeah,
he didn't really slip anything crazy in. Restoring names that honor American greatness. So Gulf of America, I guess, instead of Gulf of Mexico.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, cool. Like I don't know, is that a big deal?
Don't care.
Yeah, don't care.
I don't look at maps.
Someone's yelling. Someone's yelling somewhere.
Someone's yelling.
Screeching.
But if you show me the map, I think I could find the Gulf of Mexico. I think.
If you're screeching about the Gulf of Mexico, you have a really good life.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yo, for real.
So I don't know. We'll see what cooks with this. Like people are trying to blow everything. Like be like it's gonna be the fucking craziest thing. But the first one wasn't the craziest thing. I personally, I look out for myself when these situations, if stuff starts to tip into the fucking Hitler regime they think it's going to be before.
I mean, dude, last 4 years you didn't. I didn't feel anything.
I didn't feel anything.
I'm sorry.
But I'm going to be fucking long gone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be in fucking Spain or Japan.
Or I'm joining the team.
Or yeah, you're like, yeah.
I'm getting surgery to look.
Yeah.
One of the ones I need to be.
Yeah, whatever I need to be, I'm all about self-preservation.
Yeah, I'm like
at the end of the day.
Yeah,
because you know why? Because humans are garbage. That's why they're like the whole, I'm not a big fan of sheeple and people who are like, well, we're all Russian or we're all, like, oh, Jews got to stick together. Russians got to, people who are over the same group. I'm like, I'm kind of an individual and I don't care about you. And if they're coming around, they're like, yo, you got a couple trans people in this building. Can you point them out? I'd be like, all day. They'd be like, yo, we need to clip 8 out of 10 Jews in this building. I'll be like, I'll give you all 8. Because as long as I'm one of the 2 that gets to live, like I'm
get
not.
Clipped too, don't worry.
Yeah. Like,
you'll give them away and you get clipped.
No. I will be one of like the helper.
One of the helper guys.
One of the helper guys.
You're gonna be the.
Whatever Oscar Schindler wasn't.
You're basically gonna be the kid in Penguin. You watch the show Penguin when he's like fucking with his car and then he's about to kill him and then he actually hires the kid and then the kid becomes his like. He turns into a rat, but then he becomes his like worker.
Dude, I'd rather be alive and a piece of shit than be a dead person with a good moral compass.
See, I'm just gonna dip. I don't want to deal with any of it.
Yeah,
I don't want to be like I'm on your team and I'm doing this stuff and I gotta look at myself in the mirror and this morality.
The problem is
thing.
you can't dip.
Yeah.
The problem is you can't dip. If this country goes full crazy that you need to dip, guess what? That crazy's coming to wherever you're going.
It's gonna spread.
Like America's just gonna start shit with everyone.
But
Or,
they
might as well
I
be
would turn it into first-person
in America.
shooter.
The way I look at it is you could even be in like, did you ever hear about this dude? I was during World War II. He's in England. They're getting bombed in England. So they're all trapped in the subway tunnels. And this guy said it was the greatest time in his life because everyone thought they were going to die. They're having like orgies in the subway tunnels. They're fucking, they're partying, they're drinking. And of course they live. You could be in the worst place. You could be where the bombs are dropping. But if you position yourself where you're like, this is where the fun's at, that's what my mentality is.
That's like people in Israel say, "Have you been to Tel Aviv? It's fire." And I'm like, wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
It's just fucking.
It also
I'm like,
shows you the strength of pussy.
Yeah. Oh,
You're
yeah.
just like, no matter how horrible situation is, you're like,
Pussy
I
can
still-
lift you out of
Yeah,
the depths.
they were fucking in
dude.
the Holocaust.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, people like during in Auschwitz where people were being born in the camps.
Yeah.
so they have
Which
no
is
energy.
crazy that they allowed more Jews to come. They're like, there's the actual. We're trying to. The numbers are starting to even out. They're pumping them out as fast as we're throwing them in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that true? Were people being born in the? There had to be like births.
I like how you threw that out there confidently.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I imagine like Thomas Jefferson, right, had a bunch of black babies. So I'm assuming that like some Germans fucked a few Jews in the Holocaust. There had to be a few pretty
there was some
Jewish
wild
girls.
shit going on there. Yeah.
It's gotta suck if you're like a hot Jewish girl in the Holocaust because you're just like, I'm too pretty to die this way. You're like, where's my pretty privilege? You think about that, like, no one talks about like when you're like, oh,
The shit is going fast.
That
It's going
was
fast.
the-
My brain is not registering this shit as fast.
I like that was her
You've
biggest.
never been hot. You're hot. You've never been in a situation where you're like, damn, like, I thought I'm too hot for this bullshit.
Yeah, I like that her number one concern is like, fuck yeah, I gotta go to the Holocaust.
What? You see these tits?
Yeah, dude. My tits are too nice for Holocaust.
Yo,
Sorry,
listen, sorry, you can't burn this shit.
dude. Yeah, no, dude. It's like they're like, keep it, wait it out, dude.
Nah, nah, they were definitely piping for sure. They were definitely cracking.
You
it.
have to pipe. That's the only thing. When that much terrible shit's happen around you, you're like,
Like, what else is there to do,
dude, when I'm stressed out, I'll jerk off 4 times a day.
Yeah.
What's your fear in the Trump presidency?
My
Ooh,
fear?
good question.
I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm so politically unaware, so I really have no clue what could happen.
Well, from the rumors you've been hearing,
I
everybody,
guess
all the insanity of like the hysteria that's going on.
If it is like some sort of Hitler regime and they start to take away your rights and put people on boats and shit, that would be my only thing where I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here so quick. Like that's, but I'm like, I don't know. Like, what is the?
We're too divided to even execute that.
Yeah.
Yo, but we can't even take care of fires in LA. You think they're going to round up people efficiently in this country?
Yeah.
We,
It's like-
we can barely maintain our roads.
I really think nothing's gonna happen. I
Obviously,
really think
no, nothing.
no,
nothing is gonna
the
happen.
Hitler and Germany and the Holocaust was like a needle that they threaded because it's just, first of all, that society is just so efficient.
You know what it
Right?
always
Only
is?
the Germans could do
Just-
it.
Yeah, because we're so fat and slobby and disgusting as Americans, we can't get together. Like, we don't even have the ability to have an Autobahn. They're like, we have a highway, just drive as fast as you want. That's how much we trust our citizens.
Yeah.
Those people are, those people could get a fucking
I'm
Holocaust
annoyed.
going.
I'm annoyed about
Well,
Trump.
we can't.
I'm annoyed at one thing about Trump. I'm very annoyed that at 70 years old, he's sharper than most of the people around me.
That's
that are 30 years old. That annoys the fuck
I don't
out
know
of
if
me.
there's ever been a time in history where he's what 78.
Yeah. That annoys
a
me.
78-year-old dude is the center point of culture. That has never happened.
And he's
before,
look how
ever.
progressive he is with
like him and the
technology,
Pope.
with crypto. Like,
Yeah.
yo, he's jumping. He just built out a whole community. Of
Well,
fucking people.
to be fair, that's his son and his team, and he gets to take credit for it. But at least
Sure.
he's aware, right?
He is
he's
aware.
He might be, he obviously mumbles through half the shit. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Right, I'm
like
sure.
to get at the end of the day, you and him can't have a full crypto conversation.
But
you and Barron can.
But the
Yeah.
fact that this guy can give a full blown speech and not say like without looking at a piece of paper,
It's
while
crazy.
all my friends are fucking barely can put 2 sentences together at
And
30
he's
years old.
ripping. He's
I'm like,
funny.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a public figure a long
Yeah.
time.
I'm like,
He's-
bro,
he-
this guy is a stud.
Yeah,
That's-
whatever sort of concoction of drugs they got him on, it is cooking.
Homie,
dude. He
and
is alert.
He's flying everywhere.
Yeah.
He's barely sleeping.
Yeah.
He's showing up to all these
and
restaurants,
he runs
dinners.
on McDonald's.
yeah.
How?
And McDonald's Diet Coke.
Goes
That's
to
his
play golf.
backbone. Yeah.
What are we doing?
Did
No.
you see they gave him the first presidential Coke?
No, I
The
didn't see it.
president of Coca-Cola, CEO, handed him the first ever a Diet Coke with a presidential seal on it.
Oh, really?
Dude, this presidency is the first time I've seen brands. Because last time everyone's like, whoa, Hitler. You know how we said people were scared of touching him? It was like fruit of the poisonous tree to be like nice to Trump.
Yeah.
Now, like literally, I'm surprised like Apple hasn't released like the Trump phone.
Well,
right? Like everyone's lining up to suck the dick.
What's happened is because you had 8 years of Obama, and then the first Trump presidency, it was very anti-Trump, like everyone.
Because he was a TV figure.
Yeah,
that's why.
The whole push was like, this guy's everything's gonna fall apart. Then you had Biden. So we've almost had like 16
and shit really
years,
fell apart.
And then yeah. But we've had like 16 years where the consciousness has been liberal. Like everyone is like to be proud to be Republican has not been that. And now this is the first time in like 16 years where people are like Carrie Underwood's like, I'm performing at his thing. Celebrities are backing it. People are being like open about their thing.
16 years is too long for one group of people to be in charge socially.
Yes.
For a small
It
amount
should
of
be
people,
every
bro.
4 years we should have a new president, and it should be switch sides.
Switch socially.
It should just be like, hey, guess what? Like every 4 years, trannies, like you gotta fucking, keep the dick tucked, right? Weeds going away. But then for 4 years it comes back.
It comes back.
It's just cycles. It's just cycles.
And then everyone gets their chance to hold on to the
That's true freedom.
to the steering wheel.
Yeah.
But it was literally 16 years of it was one way, and I think that's why it feels so drastic the other way.
Because we're trying to undo 16 years worth of just, it's, my problem is if everything they did for the last 16 years would be fine
Yeah.
if society like moved with it properly, right? Like I'm all for transgenders. I'm all
of
for
course.
transgenders in the middle. I don't give a fuck. Like Chris Rock says, like I ain't fighting. If you want to fight,
go
go
fight,
ahead.
yeah.
Like I'll be the only guy with legs at the end of this thing,
Yeah.
right? So all these issues are great if everything else was great, but everything else isn't great. So you're just like, okay, maybe we dial back the social issues and just figure out how Americans can make some fucking money in this town again.
I think you're right on this needs to steer each way each time, because if we go too far the other way, if we start going super Republican, then it's like all of a sudden you can't talk about religion anymore. We grew up in a time that was where it was Republican media controlled, and that sucks too. Both ways suck. Both ways
extremes suck.
It's like working out, right? You need to work out both arms. You can't just fucking lift weights on the left arm and the
both
right
extremes annoyed the fuck out of me. That's why people are like, "Oh, you're in the middle. You stand for nothing."
I
It's
think
not
our
about that, bro.
president-
I just want to be like, no, I just want to be left alone and just I'm good with a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
I think most people, what they want, and I think what they want out of this presidency and every presidency is they want taxes to come down, real estate become more affordable, groceries become more affordable, take the bullshit out of the food, clean up the fucking water, give us like reasonable health care. That's what people just want, like fucking.
Why does all that shit sound impossible? You just listed it all. You just listed it all, and I'm like, this all sounds great.
It's like if you just give us that, like fucking billionaires be billionaires, but like when I buy a steak, I don't want it to have fucked up shit in it. I don't want my water to have fucking chlorine in it.
I agree
just
with you.
like that's it. We just want fucking. I just want to be able to.
I
have
don't
a
have to
house.
go to Europe to have a clean fucking meal.
No, it's like why?
That's weird.
Just basic shit, and you can fucking feed me the craziest shit on social media and sell me a fucking phone every year, every 6 months.
Sure.
Fucking fuck it up, whatever the fuck.
Yes, sir.
Just have the basic shit, dude. I don't think that's crazy.
No, it's not.
It's the only reason.
That's a great. I love that.
It's capitalism is the reason, right?
Yeah.
Because Nestle controls our water supply, and they just get to go like, "Hey, we're trying to save an extra penny on every bottle, and this is how we're going to do it."
Yeah.
And I don't care about the general public enough.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And I gotta go to the top grade of water to fucking pull up and buy these glass bottles to fucking drink water and have a fucking bill for $1,000 a month.
Exactly.
Nah, they're just teaching. We were just at this point.
You have $1,000 a month water
No,
bill?
I'm kidding. I'm exaggerating.
Okay.
But
Jesus
I'm saying I pay like $60 for actual spring water. But I'm saying spring. Why do I have to pay for clean water? Though?
Yes. Yeah. Why?
What am I paying? Why
No,
can't
I
that
don't
be
pay
just
for-
a standard?
I don't pay for clean water.
Why can't they just have good water?
You just go for that tap shit?
Dude, I do everything else. Like you're acting like fucking getting a bodega bacon, egg, and cheese is like fucking like farm to table. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna be like I need this Icelandic water brought down by a fucking Eskimo for me to drink while I eat a Snickers
I don't trust
bar.
a mismanaged situation in LA to be drinking their tap water. I just don't.
Yeah, but the more you drink, they always say, our kids were less sick when they played outside in the mud, got beat up, blah blah blah, instead of being glued to games.
Yeah,
Guess what? You drink a little LA tap water.
Yeah, but they didn't
and
play
you build up
ball
your
in a
immune
fucking
system.
chem lab.
It's all right.
There was my friend's grandparents. They're Portuguese. They would never drink water. They would drink wine and milk. That's it. Because when they grew up, they're like, you don't drink the water. The water's tainted.
Wow, their piss must have been orange.
Oh yeah, the piss was fucked. But they lived it like healthy into their 90s. Yeah, because they're just like, this is how we've always lived.
Yeah, and they also drink good milk, actual milk.
Yeah.
Do you feel bad when you take a long shower and you think about people in Africa not having access to water? Because I'll take a long shower and I'll be like, damn, like this could have probably quenched the thirst of like at least a village.
Jeez. I've never thought about that. No.
I think about that
'Cause
sometimes. I'm like, this is such a fucked up world we live in.
Well, because I go, it's not. I never go like, oh, it's on me. Like when there are people like, oh, you got to fucking recycle. It's like, no, these motherfuckers made the plastic. They also made a system where recycling doesn't really fucking work. There's some fucking super container crossing the ocean right now that's gonna pollute 100 times my lifetime in a day.
I have to now solve the problem they started.
And I gotta have a fucking short shower. Fuck that shit.
I don't do anything about it. I still take my long shower.
Yeah.
But I do think about those African tribes, and I'm like, damn. Like when there are these kids, like you see, like this 9-year-old African kid is like, I invented a way through a tube and a Coke bottle to filter water for my village, and you're just like,
see, in Europe,
oh my god, I just flushed the toilet 9 times. That's more water than you'll see in your lifetime.
In Europe, in the Airbnbs in Europe, they go, hey, can you guys just turn off the AC every 2 hours? You know what I mean? To conserve energy.
Or when
for
they
the block.
make you put the room card into the thing to be like, oh, so they leave the lights on. You're like, damn, we really don't give a fuck about anything.
Europe's concept of fucking AC is crazy. Crazy, dude. They're like, it's like, just let it blast, bro. I'm trying to be comfortable.
But but we're spoiled in that sense.
Yeah.
To them, it's like, yo, they don't even turn on the AC in the car. My brother still has that from Ukraine. He's like, I'm like, we're driving. I'm like, yo, my lips are sweating.
Yeah.
He'll be like, nah, it's cool. Just open up your window, the breeze.
Yeah.
I said,
it's like,
man,
it's in the car,
right,
dude.
bro. We're in fucking America already for fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
You can't turn on the AC, bro. He's like, for what? It burns
like,
gas.
That's a money saving.
Does it burn?
It burns gas.
We can do heat
great.
because that's off the engine block.
I said, burns gas. I said, how much gas is it going to burn? He goes, don't worry about it. I said, okay, cool.
Yeah, the Europe's lack of AC is why they're not a global superpowers like us. Is that the fact that it's just basic human needs?
They're preserving history.
Do you do baby wipes or you do toilet paper?
Toilet paper. No, I don't like the chemical shit on my asshole. I would get a bidet though.
No, I use baby wipes because like it just cleans it. It's like a shower for your asshole.
Yeah,
like you're going dry.
I'm very anti. Like I try to remove as many chemicals from my day as possible, and like I don't want to put like whatever chemicals are in the baby wipes on my asshole. I don't like how they make my hands feel like that. Like they dry out your fingertips and shit.
They dry the ass.
Yeah.
I need to wash my ass though.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Is like sometimes you got to be on the go.
I don't know, man. You're protecting yourself too much.
I mean, I just don't. I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels.
I don't like the way toilet paper makes my asshole feel.
But the bidet is where it's at. Get a little spray of water right on the asshole, dude. The bidet fucking rules.
Feels like a dog.
Where's that water coming from? Not Iceland.
No,
that's
not
some
Iceland,
fucking shitty ass tap water now hitting your insides.
I'm glad you guys missed that one because I said like a reference. So I felt it feels like a dog is licking it, but I shouldn't have said that. I don't know why I
You ever
said
had a
that.
dog lick your asshole?
No, but maybe.
Do you know growing up, like when they would be like, oh, girls or like people would be like, oh, you should put a little peanut butter on your dog will like lick it off of you? Like, who does that? That person, that's a death penalty situation.
No,
if you put peanut butter on your dick to have if you're asking another species for sexual favors, like you're done being part of our species.
Did you guys hear about this? Can you look this up? I want to make sure I get this right. It was a professor who got busted. They had like 8 years of footage of him. He would go to a park. He would pull his pants down. He would get his dog to lick his asshole, and then he would jerk off. And he did this in a park for years and years and years and years. And then they came to his house. They arrested him. They're like, hey, we got you on this. And then first thing he says, he goes, kill me. He just goes, kill me. He goes, kill me.
Yeah, because anywhere he goes, he'll never be able to have a dog lick his asshole again.
He goes, kill me. And then they're like, why did you do it? And he was like, I was just trying to blow off some steam.
Oh my god, that's a crazy.
It's a crazy
way.
concept to do it publicly.
Okay, also,
and to get caught after a few years.
Also, I heard, so this got brought up. This is like a classic would you rather. This is kind of in the same vein. So you got, would you rather fuck a goat and nobody knows, or not fuck a goat, but everyone thinks you fucked a goat? Everyone thinks you fucked a goat. What do you take in that would you rather?
I'd fuck a goat.
You fuck a goat. Yeah.
Do you know why you fuck a goat at the edge of a cliff?
Why?
So it pushes back.
Yeah, that's an old school one.
But I would absolutely, if I'm already gonna get blamed for fucking a goat, then I'm fucking a goat. Life's about experiences.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
I just remembered I did something weird in public before when I was younger.
What?
When I was in high school.
What did you,
I was like,
that
hold
just
on.
remind-
I was like, this should just fucking send me back. No, I'm pretty sure I came in one of my classrooms.
You
Like
jizzed in a
mad
jerked
horny.
off in gym
I was
class.
mad horny one
you-
time,
you just, like,
and I
sit-
just kept doing one of these little pumps like that,
Yeah.
and I was just retardedly horny. I don't know if the hormones were bananas, but I came right into my pants, bro. I'm pretty sure I remember that. That's insane. Actually, I just
I
remember.
don't know if the hormones were bananas.
No, they were bananas. No, but I'm telling you, I just remembered that. I'm like, yo, I can't believe I did that. That's wild. Because when you're young, you get a little wild.
Well, it's the post nut clarity.
But I never
right?
did it
we
again,
We never
obviously.
understood it. When you're that young, you don't understand what that evil is inside of you.
Yeah.
I've jerked off in a gym locker after like a soccer game. Everyone was gone, and I just fucking jerked
You
off.
saw something that got you going, and you were like, I gotta let it go.
I don't know. The ball looked sexy or something, but whatever. And you just do it.
You saw
and
Katie from grade 8.
Yeah.
like,
You just got to get the bad out. Yeah.
it's what would you do? Would you fuck
yeah,
the goat?
fuck the goat. Yeah, because the way I'm thinking, it's like if you don't fuck the goat and everyone thinks you fucked the goat, every part of your life, like you go to a job interview, you try to date, you try to have relationships, all of that is just starts to get torn away. People drive by you on the street and go, hey, goat fucker. And then also psychologically, you probably start to go a little crazy.
Yeah.
Being like, everyone's saying I fucked a goat. I know I didn't fuck this goat. Your idea of reality starts to get warped. Did I fuck a goat? Did I fuck the goat and forget I fucked the goat? It's gonna fuck with you so much.
That happened to Mike Tyson. You know, I forget which comedian like talked about it, but the general quote, and this is true, is that during when Tyson was accused of raping that woman, and they were like, you know, when I know he was innocent, because this is what he said as his defense, and he goes, I wish I would have bitch.
Yeah.
Because he's like, if I'm on trial for bitch, he's like, I wish I would have.
Yeah.
And then you go, that's an innocent man.
Yeah.
No, my favorite is the one of the interviews. She says something. She goes, she like, it's like a girl said something annoying. Goes, you want to fornicate?
You want to?
He goes, you want to fornicate? And she goes, I'm sorry, you're being. No, I'll fornicate with you right now. I was like, yeah.
Why is that?
This
like,
guy is.
when did
wild.
we go as a society where I tell somebody I want to fuck you and that's an insult?
Because you asking me questions like you want to fornicate.
True. I guess it's.
Would you take it as an insult if a girl says I want to have sex with you?
No,
Why did
but I think it's the difference. Is because the girl doing it to me, if she's like, I want to have sex with you, I'm like, well, I'm still in charge of that. Like, there's the power and
Right,
balance
but
that
if I
happens.
say it to a girl,
She'll
she's
be
like,
oh yeah, this guy
she's like,
could.
this could turn into a rape.
Yeah,
So I better
exactly.
pretend that I want it.
Can I ask you a question? I've been meaning.
That's kind of like what happens in relationships when she's like, you want to go to the botanical garden? And you go, wow, this is kind of like rape. But I'm going to turn it into sex by saying, yes, sweetie.
This is kind of like, I don't want to go, but I know you want to go, and I know if I
We're
don't
gonna go.
we're gonna go.
We're going to go no matter what.
Yeah, we're going.
I'm being fucked, so I might as well make it sound like I'm happy. about it.
You
girls don't think like that though. They're like, it's feelings. It's what I feel.
Yeah.
It's not about the logic of the situation.
yeah,
Stop
yeah.
giving me examples.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear examples.
Yeah, no,
I just want just feeling.
And you just have to once you understand and accept that, a whole bunch of shit becomes easier. You don't even have to understand it once you accept it. You're like, I don't get why you're doing this. This doesn't make sense to me. But you have some sort of different form of motive in your brain. And I go like, okay, what level of it can I put up with? And then you just draw that line.
Like, what's the line, right? Because we're supposed to grow together in a relationship, right? But there are some, you know, I feel like we're approaching an era, or we are in an era where someone's icks are villainized. Where you could tell someone where, you know, you could be like, I love getting a blowjob, and then a girl's like, I don't suck dicks, and now you look
Didn't
like
make my pinch criteria.
you look like a dick because you have demands for someone sexually. Or if your girl's like, hey, you know what, I think I'm trans now, I'd rather discover that part, and you just gotta stay with them.
I think with all of
Stay
those
with your girl.
No, I'm good.
you're getting these like you get these videos of girls being like, this is my ick, this is my blah blah blah, and then these things are villainized. I totally get where you're coming from that perspective. When it comes down to having a relationship with someone, none of that shit matters. It's you and one person, and you two need to line up.
Compromise,
If you don't line up with that person, you go and find someone else. These generalities that are being put, like all men are shit, women need to do this, like what we're doing right now. If someone's listening to this and it's impacting how they feel about what their relationship should be, it's like no,
Don't listen to us.
No,
Yeah,
your
You gotta
relationship,
figure out your shit.
your shit with your person
Correct.
that's all that matters.
And you guys are willing to compromise
Dude,
with that. That's
there's some fucking dude out there who he's a cuck and his wife fucks someone, a different guy
That
every
works for
night,
them.
and he's happy as a clam. And then there's a reverse thing where a dude is out fucking a bunch of chicks and she loves it. Or there's like people who are super monogamous, been together since high school and they're happy. It's just two people that need to work like that. And that is a unique formula every single time. So the generalities don't matter. They just don't.
Do you believe in a person? Like, I have my girl. I've been together 8 years, but I've had many girls.
Yeah.
Many girls who I thought were the perfect person.
Yeah.
But isn't it crazy that we just kind of find someone in our zip code and go, this is close enough to what I wanted?
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Most people.
I mean, that's why it's called, like, right, settling down. You're just, both of you are kind of settling in some degree.
It's a village thing.
Like, I could have some lady in fucking Kazakhstan that's the perfect woman for me.
Yeah.
I like venturing out into different villages. I don't like being in the same village with the same people, you know?
Yeah.
That's me.
But I don't do accents.
You don't do it. You can't do an
I
accent.
can't do a chick with an accent.
Your girl has an accent, though.
Yeah,
Long
but
Island.
she's got a Long Island accent, and it's like Marissa Tomei, and it's like cute. I don't like British accents, Australian accents. They're fun to date. They're not to date, fun to fuck. But I can't be in a relationship with someone who doesn't talk normal.
That's one of that's your thing. Then it's like, yeah. Then you anyone with an accent that you're already cutting out this huge section of society. So it's like you're like basically in America.
You narrowed it. Yeah.
Who's in America?
Yep.
I think it's different for everybody. I think for some people, finding the person and that person for them, that's an important thing. It will benefit life. It'll make their life better. Someone like Nikola Tesla, he never fucked. He didn't fuck his whole life. Was one of the most influential, greatest minds to ever create and do things. All these situations are going to be unique, and I think what's important for each person is to be honest with themselves.
You think he didn't fuck, or you think he was just banging animals and they just kept
He might have fucked animals. He really liked pigeons. Maybe he fucked a couple pigeons.
That's crazy.
Like Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
They both like pigeons.
They both like pigeons.
Give me a
Yeah,
kiss.
yeah. Nikola Tesla died, got reincarnated as Mike Tyson. Yeah.
Dude, what a story arc.
Yeah.
That sounds like an Adult Swim cartoon.
Can I ask you a question? If
Yeah.
you were not a stand-up comic and you were not in entertainment per se,
Yeah.
complete opposite, what kind of job would you do?
Oh, I was working in tourism before. I would have kept doing that. I would have learned more languages. My French is like okay, but I would have just like kept learning languages, picked up. If you can speak 4 languages and you work in tourism, you can work pretty much anywhere in the world. And I would just have traveled around, worked at different hotels.
You might as well work
Can you
for
do
the FBI.
stand up in any language? How many languages can you do stand
I
up?
can't do stand up in any other language. My French is all right, but I cannot do stand
But
up.
is
French.
there a different sense of humor when you're speaking in French? Like
That's
there's
the
different
thing.
slang, different.
the tone.
Dude, can jokes translate?
Jokes can translate, but the hardest thing is the culture. Like French stand-up is very slapstick, very clowny, very mime. Like they go very physical. Mexican is different. Like every country you go to has a very different sense of humor. Like in Japan, they have their own version of stand-up, but it's always two-handers. It's 2 people on stage, and one dude is like the smart guy, and one dude's the dumb guy. And it's
So
kind
it's
of
a straight man and kind of.
and that's what they understand as stand-up. And there's like one guy, I think his name was like Daigon or something. He's trying to bring Americanized stand-up to Japan. And so that the hardest thing of doing stand-up in another language isn't just translating it. It is there's like slang and stuff that makes jokes funnier. Wordplay is a big part of stand-up, but it is understanding the culture that you're trying to appeal to.
You said
Yeah.
Mexican stand up. I've never in my life heard a sad Spanish song being blasted out of a Honda.
No.
Isn't it wild that they don't like?
have
Do
dark
they?
humor.
Do they even have their own like? All the songs sound the same.
Yeah.
It's always like, "Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da," and you're just like, is that their Drake?
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm listening to.
No, you gotta
Like, it's crazy. Some cultures are just goofy.
Yeah.
You just listen to that shit and you're like, this is goofy. Like, this is a grown man with face tattoos, like, in a car going like, "Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da." You're like,
In a Nissan
dude,
Altima, right?
Yeah. And you're
Yeah.
just like, I guess, like, these people are fucking, some cultures are goofy.
Do you know Bandamax? You know what Bandamax is?
No.
Bandamax is a channel in Mexico, and it's basically like it's like a music all the time, like a MTV or something
Right,
like that.
just nonstop.
Yeah, and it was all like mariachi style music, and that's where you get the sad stuff. You get like the horns and like the
Like she cheated
Like
on
at a
me,
funeral,
but I
it's like,
cheated on her.
Yeah.
And we had a kid, and she got pregnant with Alberto's kid.
But they're all still
yeah.
dancing. They're all still dancing.
Dude, they love the mariachi Bandamax shit down there. They fucking eat it up, dude.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don Omar is what? Don Omar is Dominican?
I don't know. Who Don
I don't
Omar
know.
is.
Oh fuck, Don Omar. What is he? Can you just search him up? But he had a song, and it was like kind of like
Puerto Rican.
Oh, it's Puerto Rican, so it was like fucking high pace, and it was like it sounded so melodic. Next thing I know, it's like about a fucking miscarriage. And I'm like, what the fuck? I used to sing that shit out of my car, thinking he's singing some fucking fire shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, dude, I like pina
He's singing about a
coladas.
fucking
It's about
miscarriage.
cheating.
Yeah.
You ever listen to that song? I like pina coladas. Da-da-da. That song, if you listen to the lyrics, it's a guy writing an ad in a newspaper trying to bang another woman because he hates his wife.
Yeah.
And then he answers, and they find out they both have a lot in common. And at the end of the song, you find out they both were trying to cheat and
Yeah.
writing to each other.
Yeah.
That song is literally about cheating on your wife.
Yeah.
So some fucking,
It's like all these things are like, and you're like, oh, this is great. That's why it's really weird. Like Estee, my girlfriend's a singer, and she doesn't listen to lyrics. We'll be listening to music. I'll be like, isn't that crazy? She's like, what? She's like, oh, the music just sounds good. I'm like, do you not listen what they're talking about?
Natalie doesn't listen to that shit either.
Yeah,
most of the
girls
time.
girls don't listen to lyrics like that. I feel like because girls are just like, this sounds nice.
I'm
You're
like, did
this
you
man
hear
is
it?
just crying to us. This is a cry for help.
She goes, but she doesn't care. She doesn't care about the wordplay, the actual intricacy of
I have
like.
to stop Estee like on Eminem songs. I'm like, did you hear how cool that sounded? And she's like, oh, that's what that is.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and
Jesus
my girl
Christ.
does the same thing. It's crazy. It's a thing. Yeah, they're all very interesting species.
Women?
They have a very and it's crazy because it doesn't matter if she's in Japan or she's in New York. They most likely have a lot in common, like all of them. You know?
Women?
Yeah. No, across the board. Yeah.
Yeah. Even my mom, I have to say, some of the things as I get older, I'm like, oh wow, so you're one of them.
Yeah.
You've got a vagina. Just
You
found out
are
about-
one of them, huh?
You fucking dummy.
You just gotta get one that's like self-aware. That's like she's like, I get that I'm crazy. It's part of the brand.
Balance.
It's part
It's
of
part
like,
of the brand.
You like being crazy as a chick is like a chick who doesn't think she's crazy is crazy.
That's the scariest.
Yeah, a girl needs to know like, yeah, I'm a little crazy because I'm doing crazy lady shit.
They also say, don't call me crazy.
Yeah, no.
Why do you have to double down on that when I said it and I didn't
Because
even mean
it's
it in
like,
that context? Why
because
do you
she's
have
like,
to
that's what makes me crazy. You're
Yeah.
like, no. Me commenting on you being crazy isn't the thing that makes you crazy. You're crazy.
You were already crazy.
I'm just holding a mirror and you're unhappy because there's no makeup on.
and you got to deal.
But then you're a manipulator for doing that because you're labeling her feelings crazy and then it becomes
But
a
she's
whole thing.
crazy.
And
I
mid-
tell her that. Luckily, my girl understands. I'm like, dude. She's like, please tell me if I start turning into my mother. I'm like, oh, easily.
Yeah. See, that's the
I'll keep you in
self-aware,
check.
Yeah, that's-
crazy.
yeah.
And a lot of chicks got that. They're like, I get when I get wild.
But yo,
So,
I
yeah.
respect my girl because I try to now. I don't do the whole like you labeling this, don't do this. She'll come around every like 2 months and she'll be like, "Thanks for putting up with me,"
Yeah.
and I'll be like, I'm like, there is something there.
Once in a while, you
Lord.
catch. Yeah. It's like when it's like when Hitler once in a while did something nice.
And I make her feel
It's
good.
just like, oh, she is human.
And I also obviously have my fucking moments of I'm fried out in my own
we
ways
got
too.
our own
So I go,
shit.
yo, thanks for putting up with me as well.
Yeah,
And then we
yeah.
have that little real meet
But
and
then
greet.
you're like,
and-
hey, I knocked out all the bills this week, so I don't even know why I'm saying thank you. You're welcome for my crazy taking care of all of us.
I try, but I welcome it.
crazy's
I try
monetized.
to,
Yeah,
I try
it
to,
is
do a
monetized.
handshake on it so
Yeah.
so that comes often.
Yeah, because at the end you still got like all the fucking roses and money and stuff, all that stuff paid for. Excellent. But you still have to be two people who enjoy being around each other. And then if you don't make any of those compromises in conversation and just being fucking whatever nice and polite, then their resentment builds up and they go, I fucking hate this.
I'll tell you what, though. I'm experiencing a really, and I'm sure Este's not going to love hearing this.
Oof,
But like
here we go.
we're in a weird spot where I love this girl to death, and we're almost like it's that fucking we're not fucking as much,
Yeah.
and I think it's because we've been going through some shit.
Yeah,
for
but
the
you
last
guys
few
also
months.
been stressing the last 2 years.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's hard where you look at that and you're like, damn, I was never that guy. I never wanted to be like, yo, we got to fuck a few times a week. Like, we just love each other passionate. And then you just look at it. You're like, she's 41 and I'm 40. And I'm like, oh, damn. Like, everything you think in your life where you're going to break the mold, you end up just fitting into the mold.
Yeah.
And life is just like, we think we're unique. And now you just go, yeah, we're a 41-year-old couple and we'll have sex a few times a month. But the rest of the time, that's just my homie. That's my roomie.
Yeah.
That's my BFF. I will do everything with her, for her, above and beyond. And then, but
that's why you gotta get crazy. You gotta start doing some shit like you gotta start leveling it up.
Yeah.
Throw a cockroach at her. You know what I'm saying?
I think
we gotta get wild.
Exploring is important, and then there's also like you got to take the importance off of sex. Like I think part of the freedom of getting older is not letting that govern your life.
Yeah,
as much.
I agree with that.
It's like you still want to fuck, you still want to be out there doing it, but if being like
Well, you're
I don't know, because there's times I'll look at Estee and I'll be like, damn,
some good jewels in there.
You know what?
It's true. That's true. That's the biggest problem is that when that transitional period of mid 20s to 30, you're like, fuck, I gotta consume all the fuckery I can, and then and it becomes a problem because you have to then slowly walk away from that. It's like almost like an addiction, bro.
Yeah, but like in your 20s and 30s, I think your drives for sex synced up enough that both of you were fulfilled. And now it's like we catch each other at off times where one's not into it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
it's not even about like the deviant shit, because I'll sit there and be like, damn, I want to face fuck this bitch right now so bad, right? And then I'm like, oh my God, she just looks so cute playing.
Yeah, because there's like a random moment. Yeah.
Right, so I'll have random moments where I'm like fucking crazy horny, but I'm like, this girl's just being a pedestrian in my fantasy.
Yeah.
Right? And back then, 10 years ago, we'd both look at each other and be like, yo, you want to just fucking trade DNA?
Yeah.
It's you get older, you're just kind of like, when her and I sync up for like a sex session, whoo, you're like, damn.
You gotta turn that shit into a UFC
solstice
match sometimes. You somebody
Nah,
gotta
it's the Madonna whore complex too. Is like you can't look at your girl as a disgusting animal after a while.
You have to make her into one.
Nah, it's hard, dude. Just talk to me when you're 40.
But you're also dealing with other stuff. You said have been stressed for a couple years.
It's just life.
Life, yeah.
I became an adult in the last 3 years.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, no, that definitely.
And a midlife crisis is 100% real. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Dude, 40 years old. I was like, oh, not happening to me. I got a red Mercedes convertible.
Yeah.
And literally had a mental breakdown. I'm like, I'm literally a mold. I fit the mold exactly.
Yeah. Well, being aware of it is important. That's important.
He said, let's hold hands.
No.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
No, but being aware of it, being like, what am I doing right now? That's how you start. If you want to get out of the mold, or if the mold isn't like, or maybe you're comfortable being in the mold, whatever it is, you can be like, okay, how do I create my comfortability here where I'm not having this midlife crisis? Or how do I move out of this? What do I need to change? But I think it's like, when I look at like older dudes who still are trying to like hold on to like chasing pussy or whatever that is, it's not even like, oh, it gets sad or whatever. It's just like, it's not moving on to that next step of life. There's something about being, my buddy told me this. My buddy did like a big ayahuasca trip, and he was like, he's always been afraid of death. And he said and he was also like kind of not getting super committed to this one relationship that felt really good. And after the ayahuasca trip, he was like, no, I love this girl. I'm committing to this girl. And part of it, what he said is that when you meet someone and you go like, oh, this is the love of my life, and like we're probably gonna die together, you're stepping in the direction of I'm going to die. The constant like, oh, I'm out here chasing girls, I'm going on dates, and when you become very rich, you can kind of there's no pressure to leave that. Like if you're in your mid 50s and you're a multimillionaire, you can keep taking out all these young girls, and they'll go on dates with you, and they'll be around you, and some will stay for a year or 2 years, or maybe you marry one for 5 years and then you leave her, and you can always keep doing that. But you're never stepping in that direction of like, I'm gonna die. Because the tap never turns off on young pussy.
Right.
The fucking
because being spontaneous is
there's that what's his name, Matthew McConaughey in that movie, fucking Dazed and Confused. The thing I like about high school girls is I keep getting older, they stay the same age. It's like being in that space where you're like, we're gonna get older and I'm gonna grow and I'm gonna change. You're letting go of these pieces of yourself, like I don't care about fast cars anymore, I don't care about this, or maybe I care about more intricate pieces. I like building them, and I'm learning, I'm becoming a philosopher, I'm growing older. That's what the Greeks would do. You'd stop battling, and then you would like educate yourself, and you go through these stages of life, and going through those is accepting that you are going to die, which is frightening.
Yeah, it's true.
Damn.
That was a very good.
That's really the truth. That's really the truth.
Very cool the way you broke that down.
Yeah,
like
because
that.
I can't be a guy that's eternally dating random girls because I'm also a and I need to know that the love is real.
Yeah.
Because if I feel like I bought this love, then that
it's the worst.
Hurts me even more.
Yeah, because you feel like a sucker.
Yeah, so if I'm 60 and the girl's 22, I'm like, bro, there's no way she wants this.
Yeah.
There's no way she might want
only
my access.
Brad Pitt can actually be wanted outside of the money because he looks good for 60. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I would still...
you stand a chance when you're 60. You look good.
I would rock
But you're
with
just going to shrink more. Older people get shorter.
Like, yo, Mark Wahlberg just had a video with Kuj.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg's 50 years old.
Yeah, and he's
Kuj
like,
looks older than him in the video.
Yeah.
Mark looks fire. I don't know what's going on. The skin is glowing, hair is
they're
flowing.
getting that secret sauce, that adrenochrome or whatever
homie,
the fuck
you
it
look
is.
fucking fire.
Yeah.
Bro, at 50 years old, he looks better than he was at 30.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
But
I'm so confused.
I think it's like you gotta kind of just like I'm trying to like let go of these things that I'm like, these they don't bring me any value anymore, because it is like a drug. There's a great thing about like going out and partying and drinking and fucking doing this,
Meeting new people.
Yeah, and it's like, but it's like, and one thing I realized about the constant fucking and like fucking all these different girls was like, it's the drug aspect of it, but it's also the story aspect. That was part of the fun, was it? Oh, I'm gonna get a story out of this.
Right.
And I was like, I can get stories. The stories
Outside of that,
if the only way I'm able to be an entertaining person is through
just having
fucking,
multiple.
Right.
it's like, then I don't got it.
I'm not even that good at sex to have stories. Like, I don't even know what kind of stories you guys are getting from sex, but mine are like, I was drunk, I pumped 3 times, and I passed out.
You have UGC content, right?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
the fucking
Dude,
for
most
sex.
of my adult life, sex was black. Like, I don't even remember it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just get a flashback. Like, oh yeah, I did have sex with that girl. I'm like, huh. It's crazy how little effect it has. In the moment, you think this is like the greatest thing on the planet, and then
People attach, like you said, a lot of meaning to it.
Yeah.
And importance.
I hate dudes that talk about pussy, like talk about girls. They're like, oh,
Like,
dude,
that's their whole identity. Like, yo,
Yeah.
my man. Like bro.
getting laid.
But the
I'm
role
like, dude,
back in the
everyone
closet.
gets laid. Look how many people are on this fucking
Yeah.
planet. You're not the one keeping us alive.
No.
You know, as a species.
Yeah. It also shows lack of intelligence, too.
Yeah, and it's like,
At a certain point. Like, at a certain degree. When you're really
Yeah.
taking it to the next degree, you're like, all right, bro. Like, you're really stupid.
and then when you go in the other direction, you got like some of these very conservative people that are like, you got to get married and do this
Right.
and da da da. And then you look and you lift the hood on them. You go, oh, you're all fucking lying. You're all
And you
cheating
guys are
on your
weird,
wives,
yeah.
and like you're gay and you're fucking,
yep.
you're on Grindr and you're doing this. It's like these guys are all lying about their shit. So a big part of it is just being honest to yourself.
And they
Like,
never got the experience.
I think
Yeah.
we
I
just
personally
lived
think
too
it's
long.
good. I
Yeah.
personally think it's good to go for that run.
Yeah.
And then know when to stop, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Well, we're all figuring it out. This is the first. Every time we're living longer and longer, right? As a species. Back in the day, like 100 years ago, you got married at 13, dead by 30, right? Because you die from something crazy. So yeah, you could marry someone. You could have a. You're only married to them for fucking 10 years.
Yeah,
and then you
you're
check out of
fucking-
life.
yeah.
Now there's people celebrating like 70 years together.
Yeah.
You're just like, Jesus Christ,
But you see the
70 years with someone?
Yeah.
The religious
70
Jews
years?
have a little thing figured out. Like the actual religious Jews, you know what they do? They
They
have
treat
this.
their women like shit.
No. I'm saying in the religion, they have this thing where basically for 2 weeks out of the month, they kiss, pipe, this, that, and the third. But for 2 weeks out of the month, they can't even touch each other.
Oh, really?
Oh, 'cause she's going through her period.
And
They
yeah,
need to
and
go
they're
about
like,
that.
yo, like I don't, because then it's like you build up that momentum, and you
Yeah.
can't. You obviously they're like, yo, don't jerk off, don't this, and then 2 weeks after, you're like, oh, I'm ready.
Yeah, but
to
those
go.
guys are
Yeah.
also fucking disgusting cheaters too.
I'm
There's
not
no
talking
way.
about
They're
that.
men.
I'm
They're
talking
still
about
men.
just the system of
The
getting you
system,
back in the
yeah,
game.
yeah.
I would say
the way
that obviously applies, but I'm saying
away together.
yeah,
together,
that away together
yeah.
does like I leave for a week when I go to New York to work like crazy. I'm working crazy hours. I come back home. I'm mad excited to see my girl.
Yeah.
Because we just had that 1 week break. I'm like, woof, like wow, amazing. It feels like fresh.
Right, but
Yeah.
you can't do that when you're 65, 75, 80. By the time you get up there, you better like your girl 24/7.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it.
And
I-
she's older, crankier, uglier.
But I would hope by that time in your life you've done the work to abandon, like, dude, if I'm fucking 75 and I'm like, yo, I need to get some pussy, I'm like, Jesus, dude, if reincarnation's real, they're like, you got to go on another run, dude. You're not no enlightenment on this guy. Like you didn't figure out what you need to figure out, dude.
My pop's is like 73. I think he's still piping.
Yo, when trans
Yeah.
people
Yeah,
cut
he's
their
out of his
dicks,
mind.
it's
I think my
because you know,
pops is because they're divorced, him and my mom, but I think he's still rocking. I think. From what I see, how he talks,
Yeah.
it's kind of wild.
I don't mean like you're not fucking at that age, but to be in the mentality of where you're identifying, like you're satisfying your ego through sex in their 70s.
Yeah.
I think I hope I've released that.
That's already gone.
Yeah.
Long gone for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
I mean,
Yeah.
isn't a eunuch is when they cut your balls and dick off?
But just balls, I think. I think you get to keep the dick.
Okay,
I don't know.
It's because
Can we get a fact check on
because
that?
eunuchs
Also,
are-
did you find the
that was real.
It was real. The
I think
professor.
he was taping himself.
He was
too.
he's taping himself. It was
yeah, but at that point, it's research.
yeah.
At what point is it research or bestiality? If you're like having a dog lick your asshole for science.
I think as soon as the dog's licking your asshole and you're jerking off, it's bestiality.
Yeah, but at some point, what if you're like, guys, this is what cures cancer? How would you?
I mean, if you had the papers and you're like, this
If you have the
is-
paperwork
and
for your crimes,
then then
you're like, guys, this was all.
was
How is
all-
this any different than like what they did? You know,
How's this different
when
than
they test
doing-
on animals? When
Yeah.
they put lipstick on a monkey
You need-
to see if it gives a girl a rash in 10 years. Why can't I have a dog like my asshole and see if like, oh my god, what a better life this is?
You need a hypotenuse. If you got a hypotenuse, then you're
Hypothesis?
yeah, a hypothesis.
Yeah.
What's a hypotenuse?
It's the long side of a triangle.
You were crushing it. You were crushing it, and you hit us with the hypotenuse.
Dude, shapes fuck me up.
I'm Canadian.
Dude, you don't got shapes up there, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
That's
funny.
crazy though. But who's the victim in the dog licking? Dogs lick their own ass.
Dogs lick their own ass. The dog. I mean,
Dog
how
eats
do you
shit.
get a dog to lick your ass?
Peanut butter,
Yeah,
man.
peanut butter. Like, I don't think the dog was probably hating it, but it is just like. But it's like, I don't know. I guess it's like if you got like a to jerk you off. Like maybe the doesn't even realize it's being used in a certain way.
If you're not realizing that you're being used, that's the best way to be used.
yeah, I would
At the
think
end of the
yeah.
day, all of Bill Cosby's victims really
Jesus
didn't realize they were being used. I'd rather be knocked out cold when I'm being fucked, right? By someone I don't want to be.
Did you guys see Joe random thing? Did you guys see Joe Biden's who he gave a pardon to?
Oh, it's a bunch of family, right?
Bro, Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, but
his
that's
entire
but you would
family.
why would you not do that?
Why would you pardon Dr. Fauci?
I'll tell you why.
But
Can I
was
tell you why? Can I
Fauci
tell you why?
convicted of something?
No,
But they were about to.
No, that's why, dude. If
yeah.
I have the if I have the ability to pardon you, right?
Yeah.
And you did nothing wrong, but the guy coming in hates your guts,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pardon you to protect you from that guy's vengeance.
Yeah,
This guy just
they
took away
had
4
a-
years
they
of
had
my
a-
Yeah,
life,
that's
bro.
your
Fuck
car.
that guy.
Yeah, you're like at the end of the day, you're gonna pardon everybody.
Comes out, goes, yeah,
out
I
of-
didn't know the distance thing. It was an accident.
So a pardon works for future crimes?
No, for past crimes, but he hasn't committed future crimes.
Okay.
So it's everything he's done so far.
Oh,
starting
so-
in I think they told him the 90s, 2000s, early 2000s. Anything
Okay,
from
so
2000s on.
anything he's done, if he
It's
committed
not future. No,
any
you can't. It's not
crimes
future.
before
And
the
it can't be
pardon-
federal.
Okay.
Or no, it can't be state. One of those. I think it's states can still go after
violent.
you.
No, it can't be violent crimes.
Violent
if it's
crimes.
violent crimes, they can't do that.
You can't pardon.
No, because
okay.
it states that his family's pardoned from everything except violent crimes on the
Okay.
paper. But there's also other people that I don't know their names, but there was other people that were involved with crazy stuff, bro. He's like
Yeah,
a
but
whole
that's
list.
the job, right? Like if you get to be the president, I'm sure Trump pardons. Every president has pardoned horrible people. It's
Yeah.
just kind of what you do for your
favors.
homies.
You know who Trump just gave a pardon to? To the guy from Silk Road.
Yeah,
so
the
That's
Silk
a
Road
beast.
guy,
But yo,
yeah.
but he doesn't deserve to be in jail, in my opinion. Like, yo, whatever
I don't know
people use
enough.
the platform for, like, my man, like,
he knew. I don't think he deserves 2 life sentences. No,
That's
but he
OD.
knew he was doing some sketchy shit.
but not
Right.
2 life sentences.
No, not
though.
2
That's
life
wild.
sentences.
Doing
Like-
a 10-pack or like 15, sure. Like, don't
Yeah.
do that again. But bro,
Yeah.
2 life sentences is crazy.
It's crazy. 2 life. They were like but it's the reason they went so hard on him is because he wasn't paying taxes. That's why. That's
Yo,
why.
2 life sentences for
Yeah.
tax fraud. You see the medical tax fraud that people do?
Yeah, but the government
Yeah, but
hates.
that's how they got fucking Al Capone.
Yeah, they hate tax shit more than anything because they go, that's my money. That's my money? No, and they don't want other people to be like, oh, I can do a thing and not pay taxes. If they go lenient on not.
Yeah, that's the death penalty
Yeah,
argument, right?
yeah.
Like you missed your taxes,
Well, also
the IRS
because
should kill
guns
you.
were sold through there. There was mad shit that was sold.
Yeah,
through
I'm sure
like-
he's ruined a few lives while helping a few others, and they just look at it and say, like, government's like, if we can't get in on it, then we're shutting it down.
But 10
right? Government's not going to legalize
Tops 10
coke,
years.
so it's illegal.
Top
Yeah.
10 years. 10,
Yeah.
10
10
15
years.
years, bro. You can't be doing 2 life sentences.
And
It's
then
crazy.
there was he pardoned all the Jan 6 guys, like the dude who put like the.
They didn't let them out.
Oh, they didn't let him out.
Did you see in Washington the guard? They had like the people coming up. They're like, why aren't you guys letting them out? They're like, oh, we got the order not to let them out. I don't have much for you. Like the cop is just standing. He's like,
Really?
we're not letting them out.
Okay.
And it was like, he's like, yeah, but you're going against what the president just told you to do. He goes, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have much for you. I don't know. I was like, all right.
I mean, that's the way the game works, right? How many
Yeah.
times has Trump been told you can't do that, and he does it, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
someone else is going to do the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
until they end up.
I would
in the same
assume that
spot.
cops hate those guys because even if they're like pro Trump, because
You made my job difficult that day, bro.
and you also the cop died on duty
Yeah.
because of those guys. So
Oh,
I
really?
would assume that they
the
probably
cop
don't
died.
like him.
A cop died, and
Yeah.
they were like being like the cop is guilty because like the liberals attach themselves for once to the cops. Usually they're anti-police
Yeah,
in
yeah.
situations.
Well, it's
like, kill the
convenient,
co-
yeah.
Right. It's like both sides pick a side in every situation. And it doesn't
Everyone.
matter.
That's what everyone does. It's
Yeah.
like
Convenience.
everyone's like I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm right now.
Yeah.
And then if things change, I'm also right.
Yeah, that was the one
Yeah.
good apple.
Yeah.
That was a good apple right there that
Yeah.
you guys killed.
All right.
Um,
But
Well, we got to wrap it up.
I think, right? What time is it?
1 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I learned anything.
I learned that actually.
I actually learned a little bit about.
I learned that he's not a degenerate stand-up comic. He's has
No,
some
he's still
wisdom.
a piece of shit.
I got a lot of piece of shit tendencies.
Most stand-up
too.
comedians are both incredibly brilliant, but
smart,
also
smart
incredibly dark.
Yeah, I like to consume. I'm very gluttonous person. I like to consume.
Yeah, you know how you bend the rules when it's funny, like I would, but at the end of the day, at the core, you're still a fucking normal kid.
Yeah,
you know
I think what I've learned about myself is like I just want my simple shit. I want to have a good career. I like working hard. I like progress. I like taking care of my body. I want those things to be taken care of. I also want to be fucking left alone.
Yes,
I'm like just like I want my house. I want my lady. Maybe I have kids. I don't know. I'm undecided on kids, but then I want them to be safe at school. Just general fucking
just basic shit.
Basic shit, dude. I don't
The
want
American
crazy
Dream
shit.
from the 1950s.
Exactly. I want to go hang out with my friends and have a beer and we go on a trip every now and again. I don't give a shit. I've done fancy shit. I've flown on a private jet.
Yep.
I've been to fancy hotels. I've been on yachts. I've been on these things. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about them, dude.
It's not about that, yeah.
Hanging out with your boys
That's
in a fucking
bro,
on the beach
I literally
drinking a
just wanna
Corona.
You laugh and make jokes. I don't give a fuck.
That's what it
the best.
is, dude.
yeah,
the
we're
best.
going back to
My girl
simple
doesn't get
times.
it. Like I can literally be at a blackjack table just talking to my boy for 17 hours and have the best time of my life.
Bro, dude.
Like for nothing.
Honestly, the thing I'm looking most forward, I'm streaming after this. Me and my boy gonna put on the fucking headset, play Marvel Rivals, talk shit. Let's fucking go.
The best.
That's it.
The best.
That's it.
And
Just-
also, if you want, you can go on bang.com and hit us with the promo code ALFBANG. 2-day subscription for free.
Al Bang.
Alf.
Alf Bang.
Yeah,
Alf.
if you need a good website to jerk off.
Oh, jerk off.
Because if
website.
you're losing in the game,
sponsors this podcast.
Yeah.
if you're losing in the game and you get frustrated, hop on bang.com, use ALFBANG as a promo code, and you get your little frustration out. Because back in the day when I used to play Counter-Strike, I used to rip out like 10. Because I would be getting shredded in the game.
Yeah, and then you're like, I need to calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down. Yeah.
Hey, so do you want to plug anything?
All platforms. Check out Dark Holes, my podcast. Che
Sounds like a
Durena.
bang.com category.
It does. Dark Holes.
Dark Holes.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Che Durena on all platforms, CheDurena. Keep an eye out for my special. It's going to be out probably about 3 or 4 months from now. I don't know what we're going to call it. I'm leaning towards how to make your penis bigger. That's what I think I'm going to call it.
That's bad for the algorithm.
You think that's bad? I think
The
that's
word
good.
penis.
You think penis is bad?
Yeah, with YouTube and all that.
I
I
thought
think
penis
with
would be
Zuckerberg
good.
changing it up right now, I think it might be better.
I thought penis would be good because penis is like scientific.
Sure.
Yeah?
No one wants to recommend a special with the word penis.
Penis in it? No?
How to be
I'm
more
just
stiff.
saying.
Okay, I'll
you're in
think
the
about
right
it.
direction. I know where you're going.
I'll think about it.
It should just be like hot local singles in your area.
Hot local singles might be good.
Whatever
Hot
the
local
porn
singles.
ads are.
But I don't know. We'll just keep
Yeah.
your eyes open for that. And that's it. Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you, dude.
Right
Thank
on.
you for coming in, hanging with us.